I was beginning to believe I knew who you were behind that mask. But it's impossible. My master could never be as vile as you.
Anakin Skywalker was weak. I destroyed him.
Then I will avenge his death.
Revenge is not the Jedi way.
I am no Jedi.
The fifth episode was directed by Dave Filoni, so it was guaranteed that Ahsoka Tano was going to appear in it, seeing as he co-created the character with George Lucas. There's a lot to unpack here, so I'm just going to focus on this one episode for this video. Fun fact, remember that picture Jon Favreau tweeted of Lucas with Baby Yoda? Well, Rosario Dawson said she was just to the side of that picture when it was being taken, and she was dressed up as Ahsoka at the time. It's nice to know that Lucas was around for the filming of this special episode. Ahsoka Tano is a character who has been around for the last 13 years. She was introduced in the Clone Wars animated series as Anakin's Padawan, and in time, she became a fan favorite.
You're reckless, little one. You never would have made it as Obi-Wan's Padawan. But you might make it as mine.
She did eventually leave the Jedi Order because she grew disillusioned with them, but she still carries with her the best traits of the Jedi.
Wanting to walk away from the Order.
I know.
This episode doesn't waste any time in getting to her. We see her right off the bat, moving wraith-like through a misty forest and dispatching the soldiers of an evil magistrate. Dave Filoni instills this episode with one of the biggest Star Wars influences, the samurai movie. It's Kurosawa-esque and it looks absolutely beautiful. My heart leapt into my chest when I saw the twin lightsabers ignite, and Rosario Dawson looks simply breathtaking as Ahsoka. When Din finds her and they end up fighting, we find out something new, that lightsabers can't cut through Beskar. When Din says Bo-Katan sent him and they stop fighting, Ahsoka looks at Baby Yoda with such amused curiosity that you can tell she's remembering Master Yoda, who she knew personally. It turns out she can speak telepathically with Baby Yoda through the Force. His name is Grogu, and he was hidden during the attack of the Jedi Temple at Coruscant during Order 66. You can see the sorrow on Ahsoka's face as she thinks back to that dark time when she lost not just the Jedi whom she had known, but also clone troopers that she had fought alongside and gotten close to. The Revenge of the Sith doesn't get into any specifics, but the Clone Wars series shows how Palpatine had the clone troopers given brain implants that would make them turn on and murder their Jedi friends.
Rex, what's happening?
Stay back! Find him. Find him. Vibes. Find him!
Ahsoka agrees to test Grogu's abilities, but he ain't having none of that. He has mostly kept his powers secret, only busting them out when he wants some blue space macaroons, enticing objects, and to occasionally save Din's life. But Din knows how to connect with him, and his sense of fatherly pride when Grogu succeeds is delightful.
Come on. Good job. Good job, kid.
Unfortunately, it makes Ahsoka realize that Grogu is too attached to Din.
His attachment to you makes him vulnerable to his fears. His anger.
All the more reason to train him.
No. I've seen what such feelings can do to a fully trained Jedi Knight. To the best of us.
Yes, we know she's talking about her beloved Master Anakin.
And because of you, I did survive. And not only that, I was able to lead others to survive as well.
I don't know what to say.
I do. Thank you, Master.
You're welcome, my Padawan.
In the Rebels animated series, she actually found out that Anakin had joined the dark side and become Darth Vader.
I won't leave you. Not this time.
Then you will die.
All these scenes played out in my head and it was very emotional.
I will not start this child down that path.
Rosario Dawson conveys so much feeling with just a few words and her facial expressions. Din insists she train Grogu and offers to help her defeat the city's magistrate in exchange. They hatch a plan, and Ahsoka attacks the magistrate's forces while Din frees the prisoners, and it comes down to a standoff between Ahsoka and the magistrate while Din holds off her lieutenant played by Michael Biehn. While I know that the fight between Ahsoka and the magistrate drew from many samurai films, I couldn't help but get reminded of Kill Bill. After she defeats her, Ahsoka drops a bomb by asking,
Now tell me, where is your master? Where is Grand Admiral Thrawn?
Grand Admiral Thrawn is one of the best Star Wars villains ever. He was introduced in Timothy Zahn's Heir to the Empire book series, and while those books aren't canon, Thrawn also appeared in the Rebels animated series, which is canon. At the end of the series, which takes place right before A New Hope, he disappeared into hyperspace with the Jedi Ezra Bridger, who is a friend of Ahsoka's. This may mean that Ahsoka is still searching for Ezra, and almost guarantees that we will see both him and Thrawn appear at some point. Ahsoka thanks Din for his help and gives him the Beskar spear that the magistrate had offered Din in return for Ahsoka's head. We know that this spear is going to come into play at some point, especially when Din Djarin was so good with the spear in a previous life, or rather a previous franchise.
I am the brother of Elia Martell.
We almost have a tearful goodbye between Din and Grogu, but Ahsoka says that she can't train Grogu because he thinks of Din as his father. However, she instructs Din to take Grogu to an ancient temple on the planet Tython. It's a place strong in the Force, and if Grogu reaches out with the Force, he may be able to contact a Jedi to teach him, if he so wishes.
Then again, there aren't many Jedi left.
She's right that there aren't that many Jedi around, but the first name that leapt to my mind was that of Luke Skywalker's. The Mandalorian takes place 5 years after Return of the Jedi, after all.
I'll never turn to the dark side. I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
Sure, Ezra Bridger from Rebels and Cal Kestis from the video game Fallen Order could also be around, but those names wouldn't mean much to the general audience. But Luke Skywalker, well, that would make everyone sit up, no matter their level of fandom. Just like everyone sat up when they saw Baby Yoda revealed for the first time. And besides, wouldn't it be poetic if Luke got to train a youngling who is the same species as his former master?
A Jedi uses the Force for knowledge and defense, never for attack.
I was convinced that if a Jedi did show up before the end of the season, it would be Luke, played by Sebastian Stan. Hey, fan casting worked for Rosario Dawson, so why not Sebastian Stan? He's a clear favorite for the role after all. I mean, you could have a whole Luke training the new Jedi Order spin-off if you just recast the part, and maybe even introduce Mara Jade while you're at it. Anyway, we'll get into the remaining episodes in the next video. Until that time, may the Force be with you.